Hey everyone, so welcome to this special on the Sun transiting in Capricorn. So this year the Sun goes into Capricorn on the 14th of January and stays down to the 13th of February. Bear in mind all of my astrology is based on Vedic constellational astrology, which is opposite to Western astrology. Basically, it just means that if a sign is in Aries in Western astrology, typically it's still in Pisces in Vedic astrology due to the precession of the equinox. So I won't bore you any longer. So in summary, when the Sun is in Capricorn, it brings us the ability to be more practical, more disciplined, and have a strong work ethic. So, it allows us to focus on our long-term goals, continue projects we've put off, start new exercise routines, new, psychological and emotional improvement routines and stuff. Also allows us to be more accountable for who we allow in our life and what we allow ourselves to do. Also allows us to plan and organise things as well. So good for all sorts of research and technical scientific data collecting work and stuff like that as well. Negatively, it can make us rigid, inflexible and too focused on our work and prioritising it over our intimate life and social life, and this can cause problems in our relationship. So just try and, if you need time out, let people know, and try and not be too cold and resentful on what's out for people that may be more detached right now as well, and just try and respect their boundaries as well. Psychologically, it may bring the increased need for structure in your life, so you may just be a messy person, all of a sudden be overcome of a sense of responsibility and self-discipline, and so it's a good energy to use to do things you normally put off. So the best use of this energy is to set clear goals, create a practical plan of action, and then work steadily, step by step, towards achieving your goals. Also, it's great for career and educational advancements and progress projects, establishing new foundations, new routines, and taking up leadership roles, or thinking about starting your own business or stuff like that as well. But remember, it's important to balance self-care with ambition and not to lose sight of your emotional well-being and also the well-being of your personal relationships. So now I'm going to talk about the specific aspects that are happening this year when the Sun enters Capricorn, and these aspects are said to flavour the whole Sun in Capricorn period this year for us for the next 4 weeks. So when the Sun enters the constellation of Capricorn, it makes a semi-square with the Moon. So this brings tension between our emotions, which is represented by the Moon in astrology, and our sense of self and ego, which is represented by the Sun. So we can clash with doing what we want and what we need to do and what we feel we need to do emotionally. So for example, you might want recognition for your achievements or something in your life, or an apology or something like that, but struggle with self-doubt or emotional insecurities, and so you don't go and ask for what you want, and you may go about it in passive-aggressive way, so just watch out for that as well. But positively, if you're just aware this tension, and then just navigate your day and other people's actions as well as your own reactions accordingly. When the Sun goes into Capricorn, the Sun also makes a trine to Uranus, so this brings us a more innovative originality energy. Capricorn energy typically wants us to work within the bounds of tradition and conformity and what people expect of us socially and from our family and co-workers and stuff like that. But this energy encourages us to take risks, and this can lead to exciting breakthroughs and new ideas and unexpected opportunities or relationship. So some of you may come up with a groundbreaking sort of idea at work, or find yourself exploring new hobbies that really light something within you, like brings passion into your life, brings joy back into your life as well. And although it can be scary to get out of our comfort zones, the sun's trine to Uranus is pushing us to do so. The sun also makes a set star to Neptune, so this brings a touch of magic and inspiration over the next month. It can make us more practically creative and practically intuitive. It allows us to connect deeply with our dreams and spiritual sort of like goals and relationships with others, and get to know ourselves on a deeper level as well. Forgiving ourselves, accepting ourselves, loving ourselves and managing ourselves. So, you may find yourself drawn to being more creative or appreciating art or film or music more. You may also gain a profound insight and moments of clarity. It allows you to tap into your inner wisdom and manifest your aspirations, your dreams. So it's good to go after, and practical grounding energy will give us the sense and work ethic to steadily plan and stick to our plans. The sun makes a conjunction to Pluto as well, so over the next month things can get intense, but this energy allows us to become more self-empowered, work on our personal transformation, be more determined to find and work towards our sense of purpose and express our authentic self and let go of the things that stop us doing so, like toxic relationships, toxic thoughts, self-destructive behaviours and addictions as well, getting the help and support we need, or building that inner willpower to follow through, because Capricorn's earth energy cardinal, it's all about doing. It also allows us to uncover hidden truths within ourselves as well, bringing us inner strength and resilience and the energy needed to overcome challenges and let go of patterns that no longer serve us as well. So we can use this energy to rise above obstacles and limitations and create lasting changes in the physical, emotional, psychological, financial and spiritual areas of your life as well. The sun also makes a square to the moon's north node, so this supports us being authentic, finding our sort of like higher consciousness purpose as well. It can bring to our awareness the difference between where we are now and where we want to be in terms of our personal growth and spiritual evolution. So although we may find ourselves facing challenges, this energy just reminds us that if we want the things that we want to bring into our life, that we have to make changes often. We have to make slow and subtle changes, getting back up after each flavour. So this energy gives us the opportunity for self-reflection over the next month and to move forward with just more practical sort of know-how and knowing that we must take daily action to change. So yeah, that's the short version. Now I'm going to talk in depth more about the astrological, symbolic, creative, past life meanings and what it means more for our hookup and committed relationships and our careers and educational goals and stuff. So if you like things short, that's the end for you. If you like things in depth, carry on listening. So astrologically, as I said, Capricorn is associated with discipline and success and structure and our career as well and our reputation as well. So just like the determined mountain goat that symbolises this sign, this transit of sun supports us in climbing higher and higher to achieve our goals and to align with our authentic selves. So it reminds us to roll up our sleeves, create a game plan and take concrete steps towards our goals. So it's about practical action. It's not about just thinking now. It's we've just got into the new year. Now's the time to prioritize our professional, educational, spiritual development goals and set clear priorities, because this energy really infuses us with a high level of efficiency and concentration and giving us the energy to work long and hard at boring tasks. So this month, picture yourself as an ambitious CEO, delegating responsibilities, even if it's to different aspects of your own personalities, and execute, your strategies with precision, but giving yourself that grace and self-care to, overcome any failures and limitations and work through any self-destructive behaviours and thoughts that you do have. On the spiritual, esoteric level, it allows us to connect with our own sense of inner authority and find deeper meaning in our achievements and take personal responsibilities for our life. It allows us to reflect on our personal goals and align that with our souls, our higher consciousness, sort of like purpose, and think about the legacy when we leave, because we all are at least going to leave these bodies and reincarnate into others or whatever happens. When we leave this lifetime, what is it do you want to leave behind? Life is sort of like a steady chess game, really. Just think about a mountain climber reaching the summit and feeling a profound sense of accomplishment and connection with something greater than themselves after taking all those steps to get up to the top of the mountain. So symbolically, the seagull is which is Capricorn's symbol, represents the merging of the earth and our water energy, so our material needs and our more emotional and spiritual needs. This is what we will need to do at this time, and integrate practicality and emotional depth. So not pushing away emotions as a sign of weakness, but embracing it as a symbol of strength, and practically channeling your weaknesses into positivity so you can go about reaching your goals and find that balance between your personal and professional life as well. So creatively, this energy wants us to approach any sort of artistic design, writing, work in a way just like a sculpture that chips away at a block of marble. We are encouraged to sort of like refine our skills, so upgrade our skills, refine our techniques, go out researching new things. What is your profession? How can you upgrade your skills, and bring your creative visions to life? The energy of Capricorn emphasises the importance of craftsmanship and attention to detail as you push yourself to strive for excellence in everything you create over time. So, it highlights the value of perseverance, hard work and patience, as well as, bringing a sort of creative element, entertainment element to everything we do, because sometimes we can make things boring, and sometimes some things are boring, especially research. It can be a bit dry sometimes, so we just have to try and make every act we do in our life like a master painter layering strokes of paint onto a canvas. We must be willing to put in the time and effort required to achieve the desired result, but have fun doing so as we express ourselves authentically and take the opportunity to grow on all levels as well. Capricorn energy ultimately reminds us that true mastery comes from dedication and commitment, and that every obstacle we face is a chance to develop more resilience and overcome limitations. And it's a good way to look at life, and it can be hard. It's not easy to think this way, especially after all the heartbreak and rejection and abandonment and fear and heartbreak we can experience. I said that twice in life. So now I'm just going to talk about the worldly, social and political meanings of the sun in Capricorn. So in terms of worldly materialism, it can kind of be a bit of a dog eat dog kind of vibe. It can be like watching a pack of eager beavers scrambling up the corporate ladder, armed with power suits and perfectly crafted LinkedIn profiles. Everybody can be up on their game wanting to get a promotion for the coming hot person summers that's coming up in 6 months, so people can be a lot more ambitious. People can have an insatiable hunger for recognition and wealth and doing whatever they can to climb to the top. So it can be sort of like a real life game of Monopoly where everyone is fiercely competing to own Boardwalk or Park Palace or Park Square in London or whatever. So so just watch out for that. Go after what you want, but try not to make enemies as you rise to the top, because they're normally the first ones to greet you or not greet you on your way down. So yeah, politically, it brings the spotlight on structure, order and authority. So politicians can be more strategizing in their moves to gain control and maintain a sort of firm grip on their power, especially the ruling parties across the world, so they can weave intricate webs of alliances and trade favours like skilled poker players in the pursuit of political dominance. So that we could see some cronyism coming, I scratch your back if you scratch mine, and news can come out of people taking bribes and stuff like that. But hey, on the social level, traditional values can take centre stage on the worldly front, so people can be more kind of a bit snobbish, a bit cold, a bit, unemotional. It can sort of like be like people are sort of like expected to stick to social expectations, not break out of the mood and fulfill their roles, sort of like characters in the Shakespearean or Victorian play. People may have arguments over, well, you're meant to do this, you're meant to do that. The focus on being responsible, being called out for being irresponsible, it can feel at times like a strict boot camp kind of drill sort of vibe. So, but this energy, basically, we may have spent lots of money over the seasonal season, the ending of last year and all of that. So this energy encourages us to tighten our belts, reassess our finances, set goals and work tirelessly towards self-improvement. It can feel like the collective consciousness is undergoing a sort of fitness regime that pushes us to break through our limits and achieve greatness. So in the pursuit of success and status, as I said, competition can become fierce. The world can be like a more bustling sort of like marketplace where everyone's trying to gain attention and recognition, and people can be willing to go to great lengths to stand out from the crowd right now as well. But it's important to sort of like assess the consequences of kind of kissing up or trying to play to the crowd. Is it going to be worth it? What means are you going to use to get there? Are the means you're going to take really worth it, sort of thing? And try not to be too singularly minded and focused on personal gain, because this can just lead to a loss of empathy and connection with others as well. And so try and be kind to each other. So on the karmic level, the sun being in Capricorn asks us to examine our karmic patterns and learn from them, especially in terms of where we haven't taken responsibility, where we haven't been practical and honest in our past, how we haven't, lived within routine, and how living in our comfort zone may have stunted our personal growth, and how we can overcome this. It's an energy that will allow us to go into our psyche and resolve karma around our sort of like emotional pain, our religion, if we was brought up in one, our culture, our family, our heritage. Some of us may have glimpses of our past life experiences in terms of family setups, or where things went wrong in our family, how we felt like we didn't get our family's love in this life or past lives and stuff like that as well. Or just any other sort of trigger or dream that gives insights into your soul's journey and the karmic patterns that you carry. And by reflecting on these patterns, you can start doing the work of releasing old patterns that no longer serve you, and make more conscious choices that align with your highest good by taking responsibility for your actions and embracing, more discipline, hard work and personal growth into your life. So in terms of relationships, I'm going to speak about how the sun in Capricorn can affect friendship, committed relationships, co-worker relationships and family relationships. So in terms of family bonds, this can allow us to work on goals as a family or as a household. It can improve communication, build closer connections, and renew a sense of commitment within a family unit. So sometimes, we can grow apart, especially in the typical mom, parent, children household, or co-worker room share, and all the rest of it, all the in-betweens of living. Sometimes you can drift apart. So just thinking how you can make things better in your household, and if you do live learn how you can just make your home more efficient for you as well, how you can communicate more with yourself, and how we can just take more responsible as a team if we do live with others, and on improving and looking after the household and helping each other through whatever you choose you are willing to help each other through. But negatively, because this energy can make us too focused on doing what society tells us what's right and what our family says and traditional values, there can be conflicts because we can have different ideas and values about what is success or what is responsibility. So just watch out for that and try and navigate these arguments. On the friendship level, we can be more reliable and trustworthy, and friends can become more dependent and supportive during this time, as it encourages us to be more loyal and value long-term connections. And so it's good for repairing long-term friendships, or negatively we can be letting go of some long-term friendships. But negatively, we can lack being spontaneous in our friendships, and it can just be too serious and goal orientated rather than being about fun and entertainment. So just try and remember to bring that balance. Even if you have to work hard towards a goal, try and make it fun as well. So we have to find a balance in our friendship between being practical and light-hearted as well, so our friendships can remain vibrant and fulfilling. In terms of co-workers relationships, if we are open to it, we can become more productive and efficient and work towards career goals with our colleagues. So it's good for networking as well and making valuable connections that can lead to your long-term success. But negatively, we can lack warmth at work, and this can cause troubles in our relationships as well. So it's best to try and focus on your work, but try and take breaks with your co-workers, celebrate small victories together, so appreciation for each other's contributions, and this can help maintain a positive work environment and make project work, teamwork and sales goals and stuff like that easier to reach and stuff. In our romantic relationships, in terms of committed ones, it helps us to work towards shared couple goals as well, but we may feel more duty bound. We may not be doing it out of love but out of duty, and this can make it feel kind of crappy and non-romantic. So remember to inject some fun and spontaneity into your relationship, spicing up date nights, little surprises, even if it's a post-it note or a text or something like that as well. Or just kind words can help committed relationships survive this time. In terms of hookup relationships, people can be more pragmatic and goal orientated in how they approach casual encounters right now as well. So instead of just looking for casual things, people may actually be looking or putting their effort into more long-term hookup arrangements. So sort of hookup things can end right now as well. So it's important to communicate openly and honestly about expectations and boundaries before you committing, so to speak, or agreeing to a hookup. And just remember, typically hookups are mainly based on physical pleasure or physical attraction, but we have to still remember to treat each other with respect and kindness, and Capricorn's energy reminds us of this here, and also tells us to prioritise consent and be considerate in our words and behaviour. In terms of career, as I said, it's good for long-term planning, maintaining or making important business decisions, or stepping into that leadership role. Some of you may reach a career milestone right now as well. Spiritually, we can find ourselves more drawn towards traditional or ancient spiritual teachings and practices right now. It can bring a sense of discipline and structure to how we go about our spiritual practices. It allows us to be more patient with our, personal development, especially on the emotional and psychological levels, and this allows us to deepen our connections to the higher realms and gain a better understanding of, our higher purpose, but also to be more forgiving and loving and compassionate with ourselves as well. In terms of personal development, it allows us to be accountable, which is one of the key themes of this whole transit as well, and allows us to organise our time and space and prioritise our personal well-being. In terms of educational development, we may find ourselves more motivated to set educational goals, take on more challenging courses or projects, and seek out opportunities for intellectual growth. We may take a more structured and organised approach to our studies, and this allows us to make steady progress and achieve our academic goals. So we can do well in anything that requires logic and scientific or intellectual sort of philosophical approaches right now, as well as the practical application of knowledge. It can bring a sense of maturity and seriousness to our learning processes, and this enables us to develop a stronger work ethic and gives us the energy to commit to our sort of like educational development, which should be a lifelong sort of thing anyway. So now I'm just going to sum up the best things for creatives, entrepreneurs, professionals, alternative healers and lovers to do when the sun is transiting in Capricorn. So yeah, for creatives, it basically is a good energy to seek out mentorships with as well, and do anything to enhance your growth and development, so learning new techniques, taking out time each day, even if it's just 5 minutes, to make sure you work towards, whether you're a writer, you produce music, you're a singer, or whatever your craft is, dedicating time towards it can help you build your knowledge and professionalism and stuff. So professionals can use this energy to create a solid action plan for their career progression and to gain new skills as well. Entrepreneurs can use this to make calculated decisions to expand their business and to become more sort of like practical in the business ideas and strategies that they use as well, and also seek out guidance from more experienced entrepreneurs or mentors who can help you. This is also a good time for entrepreneurs to network as well. Alternative healers can use this energy to bring more structure and discipline to their healing practice as well, and maybe use this time to develop a clear framework for your healing methods, like the way you work with clients and yourself, and set more realistic goals and implement more effective routines for self-care. Consider expanding your knowledge through specialised courses or increasing your skills to attract more clients. So lovers can use this energy to bring stability and reliability to their relationships, and just talk openly and honestly with your partner about your goals for your relationship and for you as an individual, and ask them their goals and so on as well. And you can make a plan to work and support each other's growth as a couple and also as individuals as well. So it's a good energy to establish practical routines on all levels, and just take effort to just commit to whatever it is that you need to commit to in your life. So yeah, that's the end of this special on the sun transiting in Capricorn. Take care.